Yo's me, your boy, Shonen Boy here today. I'm here today to do a review on the latest chapter of One Piece, chapter 1056, Cross Guild. So let's get straight into this video. So, we got the cover series today. We haven't had the cover series for a while. It's been a while since I've seen what happened with the Germa and everything like that. Oda went on that, month-long break, and we had those color spreads and everything like that. So we haven't seen the cover, series for a while. Oven and Katakuri are attacking the Germa siblings, which I was like, whoa, okay, this is an interesting fight. Like, I was interested to see how this fight's gonna go because Katakuri and Oven, they're pretty strong people. So like I honestly want to see how the Germa siblings are going to fight Oven and Katakuri, because Katakuri's pretty damn strong. He versed Luffy in Snake Man, and this is like, I want to say, I don't know how long this apart this is from when Luffy left Whole Cake Island, and this is happening right now. I don't know the timeline, but I'm assuming it's maybe a few days after Luffy and the gang have left Whole Cake, and like in the Katakuri's recovered and everything like that, and Oven is back in action and all that stuff. So yeah, so that's going to be an interesting fight. I don't think we're going to see much about this fight. We might see a little bit of this fight, but I don't think we're going to see too much about it because it is a cover series. So I just don't see it actually going to be an actual fight. But it's an interesting fight, and I would like to see it. So yeah. So, moving on from that, so the first page of the chapter, we get to see Raizo and Shinobu, and those two guys are shriveled up mummies, like they're like shriveled up, and they do not look well at all, and those two took the most injury from Green Bull's attack, and yeah. Kinemon comes in and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I wasn't there to help you guys. I was visiting my wife and everything like that, seeing how she's doing, and and you guys were battling you guys were battling Green Bull, that one must have been really hard on you guys, and I'm very sorry I wasn't there." So, Kinemon's apologizing, and everyone's like, "Oh, don't worry about it, you were visiting your wife, and everything like that, how is she? Is she well?" And, we get to see, what Kinemon was doing, and, he was checking out, Asuru, and she, seeing how she was doing. She got, burnt a little bit from Hold'em. If you don't know what happened, because I honestly forgot what happened. So what happened was Kinemon was going to steal Hold'em's food from Hold'em, and he was going to blame it on Ashura Doji to get Ashura Doji to come over to their side and recruit him. And that really kind of backfired because now, the town that Asura was trying to protect is now burnt to the ground. And and she suffered a big burn on her forehead, and she's got like bandages around her forehead and everything like that. So yeah, so Kinemon was seeing how she's doing and everything like that, seeing how the town's doing, and it didn't look very good. So yeah, so honestly, it's good that she's okay, but yeah, I feel bad for the town and the people there. So yeah, and I like this part with Kinemon where he says but now after 20 years Usuru is still as gorgeous as ever. And it's funny, and because Dogstorm and also Neko, Dogstorm is just like enough with that puppy dog shit, like he's just like, enough with that shit. And Raizo, this is the part that's funny. Raizo's like, "I wish I was that popular with the ladies," but he's all like shriveled up and like dying, so he's like, "I wish I was that popular with the ladies." So Raizo is like trying to it's pretty funny. So yeah, I like that scene with that. I would like to see that animated because I want to hear Raizo's voice, saying that. So yeah, but yeah. So moving on to the next part of the chapter. So Carrot comes into the room, and she's having an audience with Dogstorm and Neko, and they're talking to Carrot, saying, "Oh, we've talked it over, and you're gonna be the next ruler of Zou." And Carrot's just like, yeah, I can do that. That's no biggie. And then she kind of walks. She's about to walk out, but then she's like, then she comes back and says, "What?" Like, you know. So yeah. So this is the big news. So Carrot is going to be the next leader of Zoe, which I did not expect that at all. I did not think that was going to ever happen. I thought, you know, Carrot was going to join the Straw Hats, or she was going to, you know, do her own thing. I don't know what Carrot was going to do, because we haven't really, you know, focused on Carrot that very much throughout Wano. And yeah, so she's going to be the next ruler of Zoe, which is really interesting and really cool. She's not going to be alone. Wanda and the Three Musketeers are going to help her rule Zoe and everything like that. And Dogstorm and Neko are going to stay in Wano and be Momonosuke's, you know, retainers and everything like that. So, yeah. So that's interesting. You know, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen next with Zoe, with you know, Carrot being the new leader and everything like that. Maybe Carrot might be the day leader, and Wanda might be the night leader. Who knows? Maybe they could you know, alternate between, you know, night and day. Who knows? And also the Three Musketeers are going to help out as well. So this is interesting. I really like the you know, that Carrot's going to be the new leader of Zoe. She's come a long way and everything like that. She's, you know, powerful and everything like that, so it's interesting. So yeah, but that does you know, confirm that, you know, Carrot's not going to be joining the Straw Hats, unfortunately. So yeah, so sorry Carrot fans, but you know, Carrot's not going to join the Straw Hats, unfortunately. I was all for Carrot joining the Straw Hats. I was more than happy for Carrot to join the Straw Hats and everything like that, but it's just not going to happen, sorry. But yeah, so but she is going to do something, you know, but she is going to do something. She's not going to just do nothing. She is going to be the ruler of Zoe. And, yeah, so that's very interesting. So, yeah. So moving on to the next part of the chapter, we get to see Momonosuke and Hiyori, and they learn that, what's his name again? I think it's Sumiziki, yeah, the Odin's dad, Tenguyama, is Momo's, you know, grandfather and everything like that, and he tells Momo that, you know, I'm your grandfather and everything like that, and Hiyori as well, and also the other Red Scabbards. And I honestly didn't think that he was going to do this, because he literally said, "Oh, I'm not going to tell Momo that I am related to him or anything like that, and I'm not going to reveal myself." And I was like, you honestly should reveal yourself to Momonosuke and, you know, say that, "Oh yeah, I'm still alive and that I'm your grandfather," and everything like that. And it's good that he did reveal himself and everything like that to, you know, Hiyori and Momonosuke. Yeah, but I honestly thought that he wasn't going to do this, because he literally said that he wasn't going to reveal himself. So yeah, so this kind of came out of nowhere, but it's good that he did reveal himself to Momonosuke and Hiyori, which is good. So yeah, and some of the Red Scabbards knew that he was alive. Kinemon did not know that he was alive. He's just like, he's just as shocked as Momonosuke and Hiyori are. He's just like, wait, Tenguyama was Odin's dad all this time? What the hell? Like, you know, so yeah. So Kinemon was like, I did not know this at all, and it seemed like Kawamatsu and Kawamatsu knew, and some of the other Red Scabbards knew that he was alive and everything like that, and they just didn't want to reveal him. And so yeah, so he is so he's now revealed to the Red Scabbards and Momonosuke and Hiyori, and he says, you know, I don't want the rest of the you know, rest of Wano to know that I'm alive and everything like that. Just let me, you know, live a peaceful life and you know, with the people and everything like that. Don't reveal who I am or anything like that. I'm revealing it to you because because I know you guys. So yeah. So he reveals himself and everything like that to, you know, the Red Scabbards and Momonosuke and Hiyori and everything like that. So so that was nice. And then we cut to the Straw Hats, and they're sitting in the palace and everything like that. And Robin is talking to Frankie about Pluton, and you know, Frankie's like, it really exists, like, and because remember, Frankie, he had the blueprints at Water 7. Well, it was Ennis Lobby, but you know what I mean. So he burnt the blueprints to Pluton, and he's like, oh, and it exists, what, like, and it's here in Wano, what? And so Robin didn't actually see Pluton. It's too far underneath the water, and they can't get to it, but unless they open the borders and destroy the walls and everything like that. And that's probably going to not happen just yet. So but she does say to Luffy, do you want it? Do you want Pluton? And Luffy's like, nah, I don't need it, I'm all good. And everyone, I'm just like, Luffy, this is an ancient weapon, and you're just like, nah, I don't need it. So so the Straw Hats are not going to use Pluton or anything like that, but there is a part in this chapter, I'll talk about it now because I'm talking about Pluton and everything like that. Caribou is in the background, like he was at Fishman Island, and he overheard a Poseidon and who Poseidon was, and that is Shirahoshi. Now he knows that Pluton is in Wano, and he says that Pluton is in Wano. First Poseidon. Now there's a certain someone who would love to hear that. like who the hell is Caribou going to tell? Now I'm going to probably put my money on Blackbeard. I'm definitely gonna put my money on Blackbeard. Somehow, some way, he's gonna tell Blackbeard that Pluton's in Wano, and Blackbeard's going to attack Wano. I just guarantee you it's going to be Blackbeard or someone else. Like, I don't see it being anyone else besides Blackbeard, but Caribou, watch out for him because he now knows two ancient weapons. And who they are and what they are. So that's crazy that he knows about two ancient weapons and everything like that. He's always slithering in the background, and now he knows about Pluton and being in Wano. So I'm pretty sure he's going to tell Blackbeard that Pluton's in Wano and everything like that, and Blackbeard's probably going to attack Wano and steal Pluton and everything like that, and that's how the borders are going to be opened. That's my theory. Put your comments down below. What do you think is going to happen with Caribou? Who is he going to tell? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Blackbeard, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, but he says someone. So yeah. So moving back to before that, we get to see a little bit of a moment with Shinobu and also and with Otomo, and she looks fine, and she's going to be Shinobu's sidekick, and Shinobu's gone back to her old self. She's now she's slimmed down because she got that suck from Green Bull. So now she's all like slimmed down and all skinny and all sexy and hot, and Shinobu, like, she's looking hot, man. She's looking hot. Like, I agree with Sanji. She definitely did glow up. So yeah, and we get to see Otomo, and she's like doing her ninja sort of thing. She's going nin, and she tells that Luffy and Nami, oh, I'm going to be Shinobu's sidekick, and I'm going to I'm gonna be underneath her tutelage and everything like that, and after I become sexy Kuninichi and I become really powerful and everything like that, can I join your crew? And I was just like, and Luffy says, yeah, sure, you can join my crew. And I was just like, wait, what? Otomo's gonna be Straw Hat? Wait, what? So yeah, so Otomo for Straw Hat is going to happen in the future. I don't know when that's going to happen, but when she's grown up and Luffy becomes King of the Pirates, I guess, and she's gonna join the Straw Hats, I guess, maybe, who knows. But Otomo for Straw Hat, Yeah, like it might happen. It might happen. So yeah, after she grows up and everything like that. But that was really exciting to see. Otomo doing her little ninja pose and everything like that, and it looks cute. It looks very cute. So yeah. So moving on, I already talked about the that part in the chapter where Caribou finds out about Pluton and everything like that. So yeah, then this is a few days later after that part, and now Momonosuke has become the Shogun of Wano, and he's doing his duties and everything like that, and he doesn't really fit the role. Like, he's like, everyone's calling him Shogun and everything like that, and he's looking around around the palace for Luffy and Zoro and the rest of the gang, and trying to figure out where they are, and he's and everyone's calling him Shogun, and he doesn't really feel like he's earned that sort of role and just yet and everything like that. So yeah. So he goes over to where Luffy and Zoro were, and and they weren't there. So like they've gone, and he runs around, he says everyone's name, like Usopp, Sanji, Chopper, Robin, Frankie, Jimby, where is everyone? And he runs into Hiyori, and Hiyori tells him, they've all left, and Momonosuke is like, what? Yeah, they all said their goodbyes to everyone early this morning, and they skedaddled, they got out of there. So yeah, so Momonosuke and also Kinemon are both like, they didn't say goodbye to us, like, what the hell, so yeah, so they're freaking out because they haven't said goodbye to Luffy and the rest of the gang just yet, and thank them for helping Wano and everything like that. So yeah, so they are rushing, they're gonna rush down to where the port is, to where Luffy and the rest of the gang are, and next part of the chapter we get to see Law, Kid, and Luffy, and they're all trying to figure out where they should go after Wano, because they're now rivals and everything like that, after what happened in Wano, and they're like, you guys pick different routes from us, we don't want to be on the same route you are, so we pick different routes, and now we're rivals. And Law gets rid of the alliance between with Luffy, and they are no longer partners, and that's pretty sad, because I always liked Law and Luffy's partnership and everything like that. That means we're probably going to see less of Law, which is sad, because Law is one of my favorite characters and everything like that. And so yeah, so now they're rivals, so now they're all vying for the One Piece, I guess, and everything like that. I don't really think that Law really cares about the One Piece. I think he more cares about the Void Century, the Will of D, and everything like that. I guess he does care about the One Piece a little bit, but I don't think he really cares about the treasure and everything like that. I think he more cares about the history and the Will of D, and the poneglyphs and everything like that, and what the One Piece is, sort of. So that's what Law's sort of going for, and I think Luffy and Kid are more vying for the title of Pirate King and the One Piece and everything like that. So yeah, and I don't think Kid and also Luffy really care about the Will of D and the history and the Void Century and everything like that, and the poneglyphs. They more care about the One Piece and getting the title of Pirate King. So yeah. So they're all, they're all arguing about, where they should go and everything like that. They're looking at the log posts, which we haven't seen for a while. They haven't shown us the log post in forever. Since I want to say back in Punk Hazard, where they stopped caring about the log post altogether, and it's all the way until this, until Wano, that they start caring about the log post and everything like that. And it's funny that Luffy is Luffy and Kid and Law are all looking at the log post, because I thought Nami would be the one to sort of direct the course, where Luffy goes next, because Nami's a navigator and everything like that. So yeah, so they're all picking different courses and everything like that, and yeah. So And I love Usopp. He says, it doesn't matter where we go, they're all dangerous. Like, you know, so yeah, so that's Usopp, and yeah, that was funny. So they all arguing about it and everything like that. And then the big part of the chapter, and the one thing that, you know, Kid's most annoyed about is that, you know, he's annoyed that, you know, Luffy is an emperor, and also Buggy is an emperor, and, you know, Shanks and Blackbeard. But he's you know, angry about, you know, Buggy becoming an emperor, because he's never heard about Buggy and everything like that, and he doesn't know. I don't think, you know, Kid knows who Buggy is or anything like that. But yeah, but Buggy, man. Like, Buggy recruited Mihawk and Crocodile. Mihawk and Crocodile. My God, Buggy recruited Mihawk and Crocodile. That is crazy. And I like the poster of, you know, Buggy with the two swords and everything like that, you know, crossed, and the Buggy symbol, and you get to see Mihawk and, you know, Crocodile on one side. You know, one side is Mihawk and the other side is, you know, Crocodile, and Buggy's like on the top, and it looks so cool. It looks so cool. And like, I'm just shocked that, you know, Mihawk and Crocodile teamed up with Buggy. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. Buggy is... He's the next Pirate King. Like, it's confirmed. He's the next Pirate King. He's the most dangerous person on the seas. You know, he's more dangerous than Shanks. Nah. But yeah. So Buggy has recruited, you know, Mihawk and, you know, Crocodile, and they're probably gonna be like doing the whole underworld type of thing and everything like that. And it's called Cross Guild. That's the name of the chapter, and that's the name of Buggy's, you know, guild. So yeah, so that was interesting. And Luffy's like, you know, shocked about, you know, that Crocodile and Mihawk, you know, joined Buggy. And I love this, you know, from Luffy. You know, Law says that if he's capable of commanding those types of men, then he must be, you know, he must be worthy of the emperor, you know, status. And Luffy's just like, nah, don't trust him. He's a moron. Like, you know, like Luffy knows that Buggy is not that strong. He knows that he's not that strong, and that he can govern the, you know, that Mihawk and also and Crocodile, and Zora's even has something to say about this. He says, I can't imagine Mihawk doing that. I can't imagine Mihawk, you know, teaming up with, you know, Buggy. But I don't know, man. So yeah, so Buggy and Crocodile have teamed up with, you know, Buggy and everything like that, and they've called themselves the Cross Guild and everything like that, and now they are issuing bounties for the Marines, because, you know, the Marines turned on them and everything like that, so they're issuing bounties for the Marines now, and that's interesting, so that's cool. And yeah, so they're going after the Marines and issuing them bounties and everything like that, and we see a couple of bounties for the Marines and everything like that. And Kid says, you know, the Marines are now the ones who are being hunted by the pirates. So yeah, so it's and Kid says, you know, a lot has changed in the world while we're in this, you know, isolated country and everything like that. And you know, once we leave here, we are all vying for the One Piece. No excuses. Like, we're all rivals. So, you know, Kid is definitely gearing up. He's definitely gearing up, and he's saying, oi, Straw Hat, you know, Law, like, I am not gonna take, you know, this sitting down. You're an emperor, Luffy, and Law, we all have the same bounties, but I'm gonna be the Pirate King. And then, you know, Luffy says, I'm gonna be the Pirate King, you know, and Law's like, you know, I'm gonna be Pirate King. So yeah, so they're all like rivals now, and they're all like sort of fighting each other and everything like that. So yeah, so these are the new three rivals that are going to probably be vying for the One Piece and everything like that. So yeah, but then Law gives the road poneglyph to Kid and Killer. And I'm surprised that, you know, Law did that. Like, he gave the poneglyph to, you know, Kid and Killer. But the problem is that they can't read it. Only Robin can read it. So yeah, so I don't really understand why Law would give this to them. They can't really read it or anything like that. Maybe maybe Law gave it to them in writing that they can understand, I guess, because they did give him as like a rubbing of the poneglyph and everything like that to Kid and Killer that Robin deciphered and everything like that. So they now have they have the real poneglyph that Kaido had. So yeah. Law gives the rubbing to Kid and Killer, and he says like, here, like you guys deserve the real poneglyph just like us. And he gives them the rubbing of the poneglyph to Kid and Killer. And the problem is that I don't really think that Kid and Killer can read the poneglyph, so I don't really know how it's going to be beneficial to those guys, because Robin's the only one who can read the poneglyphs. And so yeah. So maybe he, did a rubbing of the poneglyph and like writing that they can understand and everything like that. So yeah. So, and Kid said something very interesting here that I did not expect Kid to say, but it says like, if we wanted to stay ahead of this One Piece, for the Scrabble for the One Piece, we got to get serious about that guy. And he says, oh, you want to go after that man marked by flames, but we got no leads. And I was like, who is Kid talking about? Now, this might be someone, it's weird because, Kid seems like he knows this person or something like that, and it seems like this person is marked in flames, but they haven't got any leads on them. So I don't know who this could be. This might be someone that we've never seen before. It might be the lurking legend, who knows, but I highly doubt that. But yeah. So, and then Luffy's like clueless. He's like, the one that marks in flames. What are you talking about? And Kid's just like, you don't know? I guess I'm ahead of you. And he's like, oh, come on, spill it already. So yeah, so that's funny. So Kid's vying for someone that we don't know anything about, that knows a bit about the poneglyphs and everything like that. And also, they also got the another poneglyph from Big Mom. Killer says this as well. It's like that one we forced that commander to hand over. So Kid, got a poneglyph from a poneglyph rubbing from Big Mom, which is insane, because I did not expect Kid to have a rubbing of the poneglyph. So yeah, so Kid's got two poneglyphs. He's got this one from Kaido, and he's got one from Big Mom. Law has got all. He's got I think he's got like three. The one from Big Mom, the one from Zoe, and the one from Kaido. Yeah, that's the three that he's got, and also Luffy's got three as well. So Kid also is a bit behind on the whole poneglyph thing, because he doesn't know the one about Zoe and everything like that. But he does know about Big Mom and Kaido's poneglyph. So yeah. So that's what happened in this part of the chapter. And then we go to the the ending of the chapter, where Yamato is still in Wano, and she's on the top of the palace, and she says that I'm finally going to live like Odin does, and I'm going to join the Straw Hats, basically. So she's gonna go and see Luffy, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna join the Straw Hats, and and Momonosuke and Kinemon are gonna go with her, and they're going to say goodbye to the Straw Hats and everything like that, and thank them for saving Wano and all this stuff. So yeah. So that's basically the end of the chapter, but I was surprised with Kid, saying that he got another rubbing of the poneglyph from Big Mom, which is surprising, and he got it from one of the commanders. I just wonder who gave up the information to I guess it was Snack, maybe, who gave up the information to maybe Kid. Who knows? But I don't know. Like it could be Snack. It could be I don't think it would be I don't think it would be any of the other commanders from the Big Mom crew, because I highly doubt Oven or Daifuku or Katakuri or Smoothie or any of those guys would really give up the poneglyph and what it said on the poneglyph. I mean, that would make Big Mom really angry with them. So yeah, but it might be Snack, who knows? But it could be one of the other commanders who they forced to get a rubbing of the poneglyph to them and everything like that. So yeah. So, Kid has, a couple of the poneglyphs, Law has a couple of the poneglyphs, and Luffy has a couple of the poneglyphs, and they're all vying for the One Piece, and they're all rivals. So, yeah. So, this is going to get very interesting, very soon, and, yeah. So, that was basically the end of the chapter, and this looks like it's going to be the end of Wano. Probably next chapter, we're going to probably end Wano out, and that's it. We're not going to see any more of Wano. We're probably going to move on to the next part of the story, maybe Elbath, probably, and yeah, and Yamato is probably going to join the crew and everything like that, and we're going to sail off, and we're going to leave Wano, which is interesting, because this is the first time where we have no idea where we're going next. I'm pretty sure we're going to go to Elbath, but we could go anywhere, honestly. So yeah, so this is all new territory from now on, and it's going to get very interesting very, very soon, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the next storyline is going to be, if it's going to be in Elbath or it's going to be something else, who knows. But yeah, it's gonna get very interesting very, very soon, and I am so excited to see what's going to happen next. So yeah. But anyways, this is your boy, Shonen Boy, signing out. Like and subscribe, comment down below. What do you think? What do you think is gonna happen in the next chapter? Did you like this chapter? Did you dislike this chapter? And what do you think? The whole thing with Kid was, where he says, I'm gonna go after that guy who's marked in flames. Who could that be? I honestly have no idea who that could be. I don't really know when it comes to theories. Someone else might have a theory on who Kid was talking about or something like that, and he obviously knows about the poneglyphs and everything like that, and yeah. Who is Caribou going to tell about Pluton? I guarantee you it's going to be Blackbeard, but who knows? It might be someone else. It might be Buggy. Who knows? But I definitely think that Caribou is going to tell Blackbeard or someone else about Pluton, and Wano is going to be attacked, and Pluton's going to be set into the world, and that's probably going to be later on, when probably in the final war of One Piece or something like that. So but Caribou, watch out for him. Watch out for him. He knows about 2 ancient weapons and where they are and what they are. So Caribou is he's pretty dangerous now. He's pretty dangerous. So yeah. And what do you think is going to happen with Buggy? Is he going? How do you think he convinced Mihawk and Crocodile to come on his crew and everything like that? That's crazy that he convinced Mihawk and also Crocodile to be part of his crew. That's crazy. I did not expect Mihawk to be part of Buggy's crew, and also Crocodile. I did not expect Crocodile to come up in the story again, and he's part of Buggy's crew. That was amazing. That's probably the highlight of this chapter, that Buggy recruited Mihawk and also Crocodile. That's crazy. So yeah, but this chapter was great. It had a lot that was going on in this chapter. I'd give it a good solid 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10 for story and story progression and what's going on and what's happening around the world and all that stuff. And yeah, but this chapter was really good and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, but anyways, until next time, I'll talk to you guys later and have an awesome day.